All right, let's get right after it here. We are live on SportsGrid. Kevin Walsh, Joe Lisi. Joe, I want to ask you something. Before we have a couple of games to get to, some backup quarterbacks. I just wanted to, and we'll talk more about this, I think, throughout the week. Our Monday show we always do. But that Seahawks-Rams game, 38-37, Seattle gets done in overtime. They get the 2-point conversion. It was a 30-16 lead, I believe, we had at one point for L.A. in that game. It looked like it was over. Sam Darnold was throwing interceptions left and right. What was your biggest takeaway from Seattle's win on Thursday night?
They weathered the storm and found ways to pull it out. And, again, I think you get that performance from Darnold with the game on the line. I mean, granted, they get the punt return by Shaheed to put them in striking distance, but he made plays. Yep. And, he erased all the negative doubts, I think, on basically the fourth quarter and in the overtime. And to make the 2-point conversion, they pull it out. And all he did was answer the bell. Now, you're going to get the good, the bad, and the ugly with Sam Darnold. But, again, they're still a team to be reckoned with. And JSN, I mean, all he does, 90 yards, 100 yards every week. I mean, he's emerging as that guy. He's as good as anybody that we talk about. Chase, Jefferson, all the elites. He's there. CD Lamb. I mean, you put it up. JSN has emerged, and you get that type of performance with a defense that can lock you down, and they get a home game. Look, do I believe they're going to win the NFC? No, but if Sam Darnold plays like that, I think they have as good a shot as anybody. I will say, I think that the Rams slightly got exposed. I don't think the Rams are a complete football team. I just don't.
Yeah.
Now, people will argue that.
I think the Rams still truly do have a case for best team in football. I just think the consistent desire to say that they are in a class of their own is completely misguided. And I think the offering that people have made is, okay, fine. These two teams are in a class of their own. There's no evidence of that. We've seen that when they played step-up games this season. I think the Rams still being booked as favorites to win the Super Bowl is the books if they can still find a way to win the division, they want the Rams as their favorites because of protection. And just how do things shift when we end up potentially in a world where neither one of those teams actually win that division, and it's the San Francisco 49ers who play on Monday. Again, we'll get to that when we will. But, man, this year in the playoffs, Joe, we talk Super Bowl. We will not be talking Patrick Mahomes as his season is over, of course, not just because of the postseason elimination, but due to the injury. And it gives us this Gardner Minshew game against Tennessee, and we talked about it a little bit already, but this is just a spot where I know the injury report is ugly for Kansas City. Offensive line, Rashee Rice, and Mahomes. The Tennessee Titans are truly awful. They are very fortunate that they are not an 0-14 team, and they sit here at 2-12. They, being at home, does not bother me, and I think a fourth consecutive loss for Andy Reid just feels like far too many losses. I got this at 2.5 for Kansas City. I was going to play it at 3, but it looks like it's working, back towards the Chiefs. Try and get that 3. They love a close football game. But I think this is the Chiefs. I think Kelsey steps up.
Yeah, I think it could be a big day for Worthy as well today. Again, he's been non-existent basically in the offense, but with a veteran quarterback and a pathetic type of a defensive secondary, I expect Kansas City to roll. And again, the problem for Tennessee is their front seven is good with Simmons, but secondary is atrocious, and their offensive weapons are pathetic. I mean, you really want to get an assessment on Cam Ward, put some big play wide receivers around them. I mean, a tight end, Gunnar Helm is okay. I mean, but really take this draft, get big play guys, and then make an assessment on whether Cam Ward is the guy, with talent. We joked about it with Caleb. We joked about it, with Jaden Daniels and all the rookie quarterbacks and how they've emerged and progressed once you get that talent around him. And until he does that, I mean, this offense is basically can't even throw for 200 yards or even come close. I mean, I think about that for a second. It's horrible.
No, look, they are a very, very bad team, and I think that's the thing where it's like, look, they're starting to play a little bit better, and they are, right? Kind of, they had the game against Seattle where they cover. right? And I think we were both on that. And, we were excited about that.
Yeah, but they were getting beaten down in that game.
They got destroyed. Yeah. They had to backdoor the number. They got destroyed by Jacksonville. Cam Ward throws for 141. They win the Cleveland game. He throws for 117. The Niners handled them, and again, he throws for 170. Like you said, it's not explosive. It's not good. They're just a team I'm entirely uninterested in. One thing that's very interesting to me is Travis Kelce. Gardner Minshew came in through the ball 5 times. 3 of them were targeting Travis Kelce. I think it's on the board that you see a big Kelce day, but I also think it's on the board you see a big Worthy day with no Rashee Rice. I think both of those guys could have themselves a really, really good performance here, all in all. Not the only spot, though, where you end up with a different quarterback than you would have thought a week ago, and that's Cincinnati and Miami. I just want to stick Joe here. There's a lot of different ways we can take it, especially with Cap coming in. Maybe we'll get some more insight on what the outlook for Tua is. Can you give people an idea what you expect to see from Quinn Ewers?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not as high on Quinn Ewers as others. I've watched him struggle against mediocre competition in college, and I know he had a great preseason and potentially, but, I mean, he can put up numbers today. I mean, that Cincinnati defense is horrible. And so, again, can he deliver the football? What I want to see is I want to see this offense cook a little bit. I mean, the season's basically over, right? You tried to win and knock off Pittsburgh with Achane in the rushing attack and play your lowest scoring game, and the game got out of hand. There's no reason to basically hold back the reins today. Allow Quinn Ewers to chuck it 40 times today and see if he could develop and make an assessment whether he could be an NFL guy. Is he a franchise guy? In my opinion, no. I think they're going to be in the market for a quarterback. I mean, if you're asking me, hey, Joey B, come to Miami and with a new head coach, I would love it, But
what was that story?
I don't know. But
for anyone that doesn't know, we get the report from ESPN's Adam Schefter. Hey, by the way, Miami tried to trade 4 first-round picks for Joe Burrow back in 2020. I didn't know. What was that? What was that supposed to be?
Well, maybe is that the team putting out? Is that the team putting out?
Like Miami's like, hey, this isn't our fault that we have Tua. I don't understand.
But I'll tell you this: I don't want Joey B to be married to McDaniel. I'll tell you that right now.
Great together.
I mean, the guy couldn't get the football to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle when he. Yeah. I mean, come on, he couldn't do it with a backup. He couldn't do it. With a regular quarterback, give me a break. And I think he's a horrible coach. I know you love him.
Yeah.
I think he stinks. I think he's a terrible in-game manager. But at the end of the day, I don't know why they would put – I mean, it was 5 years ago, that draft.
That's what it doesn't –
But again, is it the team knowing that the season's dead and buried and saying, we're going to put out feelers, we're playing them this week. Right. Hey, Joe, look at what could be.
I just don't understand a world where if you're Miami – here's the thing, this comes out. Maybe Cincinnati leaked it, but I don't think so. I don't think Cincinnati would leak that. Maybe Schefter just knew it this whole time, thought it would be relevant. Fine. Miami liked Joe Burrow so much that they were willing to give up 4 first-round picks and still drafted a quarterback? Like, to me, quarterback is, if you think Burrow is that much better than someone, you don't draft the other guys.
No, I know.
You know, like that, so...
They drafted the guy he beat in Alabama. I mean, he went into Tuscaloosa and won that game 45-41. Tua had an okay performance, but he fumbled the ball. I mean, if that's what Miami looked at, it's just crazy.
Totally bizarre. It's just, again, it's a bizarre report. The one thing, though, that I want to just say this from because Quinn is in, because the Cincinnati defense is the Cincinnati defense. You look through all the numbers, and it all reads like Devon Achane is going to run the ball 30 times today. I am not approaching it that way.
Me neither.
I would be very cautious. One, they are now underdogs of over a field goal. It is on the board that Quinn Ewers does not look good, and therefore it is a pass-heavy game script potentially in the second half. And I know Achane is explosive and everything, but once you put in Quinn Ewers, why would you give Devon Achane, who's had health concerns, 20 carries?
But that's my point.
So yeah, no, right. We see it the same way, but people are expecting 30 Achane touches. I would just be a little bit cautious with that. Let's get more insight around this Miami Dolphins situation from NFL insider Adam Kaplan after this break.
if I told you 25 years ago that you could bet $1,000 on whether or not the Miami Dolphins would go 25 years without a playoff win, that probably would have returned 10 mil, if not more.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you could do that on Kalshi right now or on Polymarket right now and pick any team you want.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Michael Jordan retired at the age of 30 in 1993. He missed the 93-94 season. Furthermore, he came back for 17 games in 1995 when he gave up baseball. And when I mean gave up baseball, he gave up baseball on March 18th and came back to basketball March 19th, which means no ramp up, no training camp, no nothing.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
You ain't buying no tickets.
Who isn't?
You're not going
I'm
to
saying
these
I'm a
games.
fan. Of course I'm not. There's a fan. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but if you were a fan, I thought you were a fan of the Hurricanes. You're not anymore.
They told me.
They smashed
I told them
you.
to donate my tickets.
Yeah, so I get it. But the fans travel. They have money, believe it or not. It's amazing. They do. Well, somebody's got money.
In this economy,
but they have money. I don't know. See what Kalshi says about the economy.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Live right here on SportsGrid, we are joined by NFL insider Adam Kaplan. Cap, it is always great to get to talk to you here with just so much going on in the National Football League. And the decision by the Miami Dolphins to go to Quinn Ewers, I think we all know it's less about, hey, we think Quinn Ewers is going to go on a heater and turn this franchise around, and more, they are done with Tua Tagovailoa. What additional insight can you offer us on this situation?
Yeah, the first thing is that their frustration is what I've heard with Tua, because you see it in spurts when he plays well, but he has trouble, Kevin, sustaining success. Sure, Tyreek Hill was lost due to a severe knee injury. Probably won't play for them again. But the bottom line is, when you look at Tua, he's never quite played as well as they would have hoped. He has been to the playoffs. Brian Flores, his former head coach, was not a Tua fan, wanted Herbert, didn't get him. And it didn't go well for Flores. And as you know, he was fired, but done a great job as a Vikings defense coordinator. But Tua's future and the $54 million, which they're locked into next season, will be somewhere else. Now, Kevin, you and I talked about this on Game Time Decisions Friday, just to add a little bit to this. I had people around the league tell me, oh, yeah, we would be interested in him, but for backup money. Or kind of like Daniel Jones, where you had $14 million with some upside. I think you nailed it on Friday. Not only would no one trade for that contract, and to move this along further, you have to understand who he is. He's a timing-based quarterback. He was a good fit for Mike McDaniel's offensive scheme, which is old school West Coast offense. He's got to make quick decisions. When Tua makes quick decisions, Kevin, he looks like a upper half of the NFL quarterbacks. When he doesn't, he gets hit. Major injury history, by the way. Concussions are a concern. And he's a smaller frame quarterback. So they're another team in quarterback purgatory. They don't know what their future is, and we could talk about that in a minute, what the 26 group looks like in terms of openings. But the Dolphins are another team that doesn't know what's going to happen at quarterback in 26.
But you mentioned, Kat, they are, they're not alone in that. I don't know if you want to go through the full list or maybe one or two teams that really stand out to you from your list of teams who have quarterback questions going into the offseason.
Oh, yeah, we could give you the Cliff Notes first. And so the Jets don't know who the quarterback was going to be. Fields is owed $10 million fully guaranteed of all the cash next season. He obviously would not be back as a starter if he's back at all. Cardinals, you and I have talked about this before. They're not coming back with Kyler Murray. It's not going to happen. Unfortunately, he's got the midfoot sprain, and it hasn't worked out like they had hoped with Kyler Murray. This was not the guy that they drafted. Steve Keim, the former general manager, drafted him. Dolphins, we just talked about. Browns don't know who their starter is. Obviously, Watson. They keep restructured his contract. They keep telling people he's going to be on the roster. well, it for cap purposes, it would make sense, but they don't know who their starter is. The Colts, because of Daniel Jones' injury, and he was on a 1-year deal, they don't know who their starter is. And the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers is up. Everything I've been told is like to have Aaron back. But Kevin, again, when are they going to start developing that next guy in Pittsburgh? Because when you're talking about a 42-year-old quarterback who's been broken down physically, I know Rodgers done a nice job considering his age, but they have not figured out since Ben Roethlisberger's retired, and that's on their front office. Not just this one, but Kevin Colbert, the former GM who did draft Kenny Pickett.
Cap, I want to just quickly pick up on the Colts piece of it, though, because that's the one that kind of surprises me a little bit. Do you think that they are unsure on Daniel Jones because of the injury, where they don't know if they want him to be the guy? Because when they made the move for Sauce, everybody's like, all right, Daniel Jones has to be your quarterback then. They obviously don't have a first-round pick. What's your read on Indianapolis?
Yeah, well, they didn't know that Daniel Jones would tear his Achilles. I mean, that Daniel Jones was a great reclamation project. There's no question. Under Shane Steichen has done a great job under troubling circumstances. But I think we talked about this here, okay? And we've talked about it on Newswire with Craig Mish. At the time of the trade, the Sauce Gardner was getting him in there. They're going for it. There's no question they're going for it. They had a lot of momentum. They needed major help at corner. Jones had been a big surprise, but the bottom fell out. Gardner with the severe calf strain. Then Jones tears his Achilles. Now, moving forward to the summer when he's available, when Daniel Jones is healthier, you saw Kirk Cousins try to come back from this. I know he's an older player. It's hard to come back from a torn Achilles. Jones is on a 1-year deal. They don't know what Anthony Richardson offers them, and just from playing from a day-to-day situation, because he's been, let's talk about it, Kevin, very underwhelming. And that's why they went for it, because they thought they'd get lightning in a bottle with Jones, but who could have predicted he would get hurt? So to answer your question, they don't know. They don't know what they're going to get in Daniel Jones. So they have to do something. But here's the problem. They don't have a first-round pick. And Mac Jones is my guy. He's under contract for next year. The total cash is under $5 million. Trust me when I say this. Teams will call the Niners for Mac Jones. He will have find interest elsewhere, but he's under contract to the Niners for 2026.
Yeah, Mac Jones, great backup and performed very well against the Rams with over 390 yards in that matchup. Cap, big matchup in the South today, Tampa Bay and Carolina.
Yeah.
Carolina has to make an assessment on the fifth-year option for Bryce Young. Are they waiting to see how the season plays out, or have they seen enough where Bryce Young is the face of the franchise moving forward?
Yeah, Joe, it's a great question. So he's owed, my understanding is, if they exercise it, and by the way, the deadline is early May. It's typically May 2nd. The number, if they exercise it, it becomes fully guaranteed of around $26 million. They want to see how this plays out. Remember, Dan Morgan, the general manager, he was the personnel director when Scott Fitterer made a decision. Fitterer is now a front office executive for Washington, but when Fitterer made that decision to draft Bryce Young, it wasn't Morgan's decision. He had input, but wasn't his decision. But Bryce Young, now, the one issue, Joe, that people have around the league, if you look at Bryce Young's home and road splits, he's way better at home and way below what you want on the road here. But he's made progress. But they want to see how it happens today against the Bucs, who, by the way, folks, this is the healthiest they've been all season. They didn't have one player with a game status designation. There is no excuse for the Bucs, not winning this game. And you have to believe Todd Bowles, the head coach who calls their defense, is going to bring the heat today. You have to. And there's no excuse today for the Bucs not winning this game. They've got to win this.
Cap, usually there's a side you feel pretty strong about. We only have about 35 or so seconds left. Is there one you can let the people know about?
Yeah, in terms today, I do like the Bucs. I do like the Bucs to bounce back. I mean, quite frankly, if they can't win this game today, I throw my hands up. That would be the one game, because there's a lot going on here. That would be my strongest game. I do like the Broncos though as well.
Okay.
The Jaguars have been a great story. I've certainly been wrong on them, but I expect the Broncos to get it, and I also expect the Bucs to finally bounce back. If they don't, I'm completely out of it.
All right, well, we will watch it all play out. NFL insider Adam Kaplan. We are joined next by the Pro Football Doc, Dr. David Chow, where we get into some six-score history, if you will. We'll talk about it next right here on SportsGrid.
I told you 25 years ago that you could bet $1,000 on whether or not the Miami Dolphins would go 25 years without a playoff win, that probably would have returned 10 mil, if not more.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you could do that on Kalshi right now or on Polymarket right now and pick any team you want.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Michael Jordan retired at the age of 30 in 1993. He missed the 93-94 season. Furthermore, he came back for 17 games in 1995 when he gave up baseball. And when I mean gave up baseball, he gave up baseball on March 18th and came back to basketball March 19th, which means no ramp up, no training camp, no nothing.
Pro basketball today. Only on SportsGrid.
You ain't buying no tickets.
Who isn't?
You're not going to
Say
these
if I'm a
games.
fan. Of course I'm not. There's a fan. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but if you were a fan, I thought you were a fan of the Hurricanes. You're not anymore.
They told me. I
smashed
told them
you.
to donate my tickets.
Yeah, so I get it. But the fans travel. They have money, believe it or not. It's
They
amazing.
Don't.
Well, somebody's
in this
got
economy,
money.
in this economy,
But
they
they have money. I don't know. See what Kalshi says about the economy.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Pro Football Today, live on SportsGrid. We are now joined by the Pro Football Doc, Dr. David Chow. He and the team over at SixScore.com have helped us out all season long. Get ready for these games. Doc, how are you?
Doing great. Getting ready for Christmas, or I should say my wife's getting ready for Christmas. I'm along for the ride.
I can relate to that. Doc, listen, I have to – there's a game I have to ask you about, because I can't help myself, because the Arizona Cardinals are, for me, all of a sudden becoming the most historic team in the history of Six Score. The sick edge last week up against the Houston Texans was over 20. Here against Atlanta, it's under 20. It's still, I mean, this number is over 17 right now. And I know that they don't equate to point spreads, but, I mean, the offensive run number – Doc, I'm trying to remember a time I saw something under 50. Can you just give people a layout here of Arizona late in December?
Well, obviously, we know the quarterback is out, although Jacoby Brissett has played reasonably well. The running back room is basically decimated. You know, they're on running back 4, basically. And then the O-line is down, and that's kind of what gives that. And then the defensive side also for Arizona. So, yes, they are on low Six Scores, but the only caveat here is they've been low for a while, right? So their delta week-to-week change is not very high. Marvin Harrison is playing. He wasn't FP on Friday. He was LP. We think it's more of a plantar fascia issue. He's playing, but I'm not seeing 60, 70 snaps.
Doc, one game that I wanted to ask you about here, though, where I assume from a week-to-week perspective there was quite a change to make, the Kansas City Chiefs, as they lose Patrick Mahomes plus Rashee Rice, and you guys have a very, interesting formula where the caliber of player matters as well. So I assume this was quite the drop for you guys on Kansas City going into Tennessee.
There's no question, but like all data, you have to interpret it. I think at Sports Injury Central, we do better in finding injury advantages that are a little bit hidden. An offensive line group that's out. When it's Patrick Mahomes, the whole world knows. And why does that matter? The line would have probably been 10 or 11, but it's now 3 or 3.5 because of Patrick Mahomes. So, yeah, we can tell you the Chiefs are injured with Rashee Rice and Patrick Mahomes, but the world already knows, and the line has adjusted to it. So perhaps in that game, our advantage is not as great When it's more about hidden advantages is, I think, where we do much, much better. And, we've been over at near 60% on the season so far. We're not in the money, but we're not out of it in our circa million single entry yet. We're about 95th, 96th percentile right now.
Doc, 1 o'clock matchup, New Orleans and the New York Jets. Pretty even according to the six score, 77 for the Jets and 78 for the Saints. But offensively, the Saints check in at a 66. They're a little bit banged up.
Yeah, and a lot of it, some of it is the O-line, and a lot of it is the running back room. Like, I'm not even sure who the running back is going to be at this point in time. Their top three are out: Kamara, Kendry Miller, and Devin Neal, right? And so they're in the depths there. The defense is still good, and of course the Jets are on quarterback number 3, and Garrett Wilson's been ruled out for the season. So some offensive issues on both sides, both teams.
Over at SixScore.com, you use promo code SportsGrid. You get a free week. The sick picks have been incredible. And you've also, Doc, talked about the increase, though, of looking at some of the player markets and the player edges. And one of the biggest player edges this week is actually in a positive direction for a guy who missed a practice in Lamar Jackson. Can you give us a little bit of insight on what you expect from a former MVP on Sunday Night Football?
Well, first of all, we believe Lamar Jackson is healthy. I don't understand why the Ravens don't just say not injury related, vet rest for the 1 day a week that he rests. Instead, they keep giving a different body part that creates a sense that he's been injured. We don't see him as being injured. The Pats, Milton Williams up front is out. They've got linebacker issues there in New England, as well as one of the corners. I think this is a spot for Baltimore and Lamar Jackson here, and he, on our player edge, is plus 40.9% over his usual projections.
That sounds pretty dangerous for New England, if that is how high a number is going to get up there for Lamar Jackson. Doc, we appreciate it so much. Thank you, and best of luck throughout what is likely going to end up a very busy Sunday, I'm sure.
Happy holidays.
All right, great stuff there from the Pro Football Doc, Dr. David Chow. And again, over at SixScore.com, all the information that you need with the player props, the sick edge, the spreads. It is really, really helpful. And one of the reasons I started talking about that Arizona-Atlanta game is I might be kind of going against the sick edge, but I'll justify it. It's time for the whip around. We got plenty of games to break down here on this Sunday as we get ready for kickoff. It's Pro Football Today on SportsGrid.
If I told you 25 years ago that you could bet $1,000 on whether or not the Miami Dolphins would go 25 years without a playoff win, that probably would have returned 10 mil, if not more.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you could do that on Kalshi right now or on Polymarket right now and pick any team you want.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Michael Jordan retired at the age of 30 in 1993. He missed the 93-94 season. Furthermore, he came back for 17 games in 1995 when he gave up baseball. And when I mean gave up baseball, he gave up baseball on March 18th and came back to basketball March 19th, which means no ramp up, no training camp, no nothing.
Pro Basketball Today, only on SportsGrid.
You ain't buying no tickets.
Who isn't?
You're not going to
I'm
these
saying I'm a
games.
fan. Of course I'm not. That's a fan. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but if you were a fan, I thought you were a fan of the Hurricanes. You're not anymore.
They told me. I
smashed
told them
you.
to donate my tickets.
Yeah, so I get it. But the fans travel. They have money, believe it or not. It's amazing.
In this economy,
but they have money. I don't know. See what Kalshi says about the economy.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
it right here. We are live on SportsGrid Pro Football today. Kevin Walsh, Joe Lisi, whip around time. How do you feel?
I feel good.
I know you do.
I do. I like these 1 o'clocks.
Eye of the tiger.
The games, 4 o'clocks are great games, but the 1 o'clocks have me intrigued.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I'm getting late intel coming into the office.
Good.
Late intel coming in.
Ear to the ground, Lisi,
Boots
is
on the
what
ground,
they
right.
call
Boots
them.
on the-
Chargers, Cowboys in Dallas. Justin Herbert and the Chargers not out of contention for the AFC West title. Dallas out of contention for the postseason with the Eagles win over the Washington Commanders. What do you see here, Joe?
I like LA on the road, and I understand Dallas at home could be a dominant football team, but again, Justin Herbert going up against that secondary, I think it could be a mismatch, and I think LA exploits them over the top. Can we get to 50.5? I lean to the over. Obviously, you know me with totals. I love the overs, but I lean to it. But I think it's definitely LA. I think it's a big Ladd McConkey game, over 47.5. Did take Ladd, and I took Arondé Gadsden anytime touchdown.
I really like Dallas here. What are you going to do? At the end of the day, listen.
It's not my best bet.
That's what a shame then, huh? Look, I really like Dallas here. At the end of the day, the Los Angeles Chargers offense has been stuck in the mud for a little bit, and I think some of that is tied to an unhealthy quarterback, and I think it's tied to an offensive line. Dallas has the second highest scoring offense in football, and I've talked about this all year, and I've been right about this all year. Pressure-free Prescott. I mean, this guy is at his best when it matters the least. We've seen it time and time again this season. They're eliminated. I mean, Dak's going to be shooting lasers out of his eyeballs here. Cowboys touch 30. I don't think the Chargers can hang. Let's lay 1.5. Vikings, Giants. I don't know what you like in this game. I like the under 43.5. Whoa!
I don't love it.
Yeah,
but I'll say this. I'm not buying into the JJ hype like all of a sudden he's
played two of the worst defenses in football. Now, people will say the Giants' defense is really bad, but outdoors,
that's the concern.
Changes things.
I want to see now. Now, he's played in Michigan. He should be able to handle the environment. But going into MetLife sometimes is a different animal.
Yeah.
And again, I just don't think this offense is going to put up 30 like we've seen in back-to-back weeks. I do have concerns with the scoring in this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I still lean to the offense to put up props in this game to J.J. McCarthy in Minnesota, but I'm taking a shot with the Giants to potentially win this game outright. I do like Addison through his total. I want to take Justin Jefferson. He's priced plus 125, but I can't do it. It's Addison yards. It's Aaron Jones anytime touchdown. Late intel came in. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
You know what I wouldn't hate in all seriousness with Jefferson?
Why is this line 2.5 back-to-back road games?
Anytime touchdown, under yards. They are forcing him targets in the red zone, but I like under, and it's not just McCarthy playing outdoors, right? It's also Jackson Dart and this Giants team against Brian Flores, a rookie quarterback. I'm just not going to trust them in this spot here. I'll play under. Bills, Browns, I've already mentioned from the crunch perspective, I like Josh Allen over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Josh is going to see if he can sneak into this MVP race all in all, and Cleveland has been giving up way more passing touchdowns than rushing touchdowns this season. As far as the spread goes, I actually lean towards towards Cleveland, but I got burned by them last week. I'm going to sit on the sidelines from a side perspective.
I'm going to take Cleveland. I think it's a lower scoring game.
I was thinking maybe zag over.
Yeah, no, I can't.
You don't think Shador plays a little carefree, lets it spin?
Yeah, but I think the tendency is that we're going to get overs now, and you're talking about the two top passing defenses in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Buffalo and Cleveland, number 1 and number 2, 169 and 170 game, and 170 yards per game allowed. I mean, that's no joke. I think it's more methodical. I still think Cleveland takes a running approach with Quinshon Judkins. And Judkins isn't bad at plus 110 anytime touchdown. I like Cleveland with the points.
Are we sure Cleveland's defense is good? Or they just have Myles Garrett? And then it was good early season.
I think the corners are good. I think the secondary's not bad. They rarely get burned.
They gave up 31 last week to the Bears.
Yeah, but
they gave up 31 to the Titans. Those are the last two games. Look. With Micah Parsons going down, there's zero arguments against Myles Garrett winning Defensive Player of the Year.
But it's Josh Allen.
He's going to break the sack record.
Going into the dog pound,
This isn't. Listen, with Cleveland, bad weather is bad. This isn't that. This isn't 40 miles an hour winds, snow,
I know,
rain, sleet.
It's nothing Josh Allen and the offense can't handle.
That's what I'm saying.
But my point is,
I lean
it's
Cleveland
on
over.
grass.
I'm playing Josh Allen. I'm
good
happy
luck.
about it.
Good luck. I'll root it in for you. I like Cleveland in the under.
All right. Well, I'm not going to play the total, so that's fine. Jets Saints.
Yeah.
The new best team in football, the New Orleans Saints. This team's almost laying a touchdown. The New Orleans Saints.
I like the Jets. I can't believe I'm saying this.
Brady Cook.
Brady Cook finds his innermost Missouri Tiger days. He throws it all over the yard.
Are those even that good?
What?
His innermost Missouri Tiger days, were they even that good?
I mean, he was good enough.
Okay.
I mean, when they played at home, I think they can move. I don't believe that the Saints have a dominant defense. They're playing well statistically.
Yeah.
And that front seven is physical, still with DeMario Davis and those linebackers. But I still think they can be had. I think there were missed opportunities by Carolina in the passing game last week. I think if Bryce Young was on his game, he could have put up 250, 275 plus. He didn't do that. I think Brady Cook and these wide receivers, love him or hate him, could break out today.
I am playing the New Orleans Saints team total under 23.5. They've only gone over that twice this season, once landing at 24. The Jets defense gave up 48 last week to the Jags. Aaron Glenn, and I think he's a motivator, right? I think he gets his guys prepared to play today. I don't want to back Brady Cook, so that's why I'm not going to back the side. I think the Saints defense is actually playing much better than we kind of realize all of a sudden. I'm happy to play a team total under for the Saints at 23.5.
You want to take Taysom?
No. Not really. You want to take Audric Estime?
Nah.
All right. No, you just asked me. I just said I'm taking the team total under. You asked me if I want to bet.
Well, they're going to score at least one touchdown.
I don't know about that. Could get shut out.
6-3 final. There you go.
6-7 final.
6-7.
Bucks Panthers.
Check Panther. Check Panther.
Check Panther. What do you like here, Bucks Panthers?
I think it's again. I know it's a Carolina spot, but I can only go Tampa Bay in this matchup. Total-wise, I lean to the over, but again, don't love it. Something tells me this is going to be a lower-scoring game. I'll root it in for you.
Okay.
Props-wise, I do like Ibuka at 38.5. I think he's anytime touchdown, he's plus 250.
You seem to like unders on this slate. All of a sudden.
I wasn't wowed by the slate total-wise. The one total. We'll get to that. But, I mean, Ibuka's got 38.5. He's 250 anytime touchdown. And keep an eye out for Cades Otton.
No, I won't.
Plus 330 today.
Not keeping
anytime.
an eye out. Not keeping an eye out.
Why? No, Evans, Godwin, Bucky's
I'm not keeping an eye out for Otton.
Bucky's Irving?
Yeah, I like Bucky's.
All right.
I like him today. I think he's going to have a big game.
All right, good. Let's get to the next game.
I like over 44.5 in this one.
It could be a best bet of yours.
It is, though.
All right, there you go.
There you go. Mr. Under, Joe Lisi. What about this Dolphins-Bengals game? This could be low scoring.
Could be
No?
Could be a rocket ship.
Come on.
After Cincinnati got shut out last week.
How many points
60.
Do you need from Miami to feel great about it? Like a minimum, I'm saying.
17.
And you feel great about it?
Yeah. I think
Cincinnati scores 100.
35 at least.
I wore a Jamar Chase jersey into work today.
I know you did.
You didn't put those together, I feel.
No, I did.
I don't think you want me on your side as much as you used to.
I just don't like when, the chalky anytime touchdowns haven't been coming in. No, I'm saying he's minus 130 for an anytime. Chase Brown even, plus 100, to score, and Higgins plus 135. I went with Gesicki going back home.
Okay.
Anytime touchdown.
I actually, so I didn't play this game. I think this is a Burrow light 'em up spot.
Could be 400.
I really think it is 303. I think Chase is in the end zone finally. I think this is a game where they have some fun. I want nothing to do with the Miami side of it all. And listen, I know Joe Lisi. He's not going to come in here and give out a team total. And that's fine, because maybe who knows, right? Maybe they get there. But I'm just saying, since the goal might be 49-0 Cincinnati from our guy Joey Lisi. Let's continue to whip it around. A lot of good games still to get to right here on SportsGrid.
If I told you 25 years ago that you could bet $1,000 on whether or not the Miami Dolphins would go 25 years without a playoff win, that probably would have returned 10 mil. If not more.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you could do that on Kalshi right now or on Polymarket right now and pick any team you want.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Michael Jordan retired at the age of 30 in 1993. He missed the 93-94 season. Furthermore, he came back for 17 games in 1995 when he gave up baseball. And when I mean gave up baseball, he gave up baseball on March 18th and came back to basketball March 19th, which means no ramp up, no training camp, no nothing.
Pro Basketball Today. Only on SportsGrid.
You ain't buying no tickets.
Who isn't?
You're not going to
I'm
these
saying I'm a
games.
fan. Of course I'm not. That's a fan. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but if you were a fan, I thought you were a fan of the Hurricanes. You're not anymore.
They told me. I
smashed
told them
you.
to donate my tickets.
Yeah, so I get it. But the fans travel. They have money, believe it or not. It's
They
amazing.
don't.
Well, somebody's
in this
got
economy,
money.
in this economy,
But they have money. I don't know. See what Kalshi says about the economy.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Pro Football Today, where you hear what you want to hear. Kevin Walsh and Joe Lisi on this Sunday, going through a really, really fun slate. I still actually have not seen your Sell Me Something, and I think I'm going to keep it that way, which will be, of course, in our next segment. So countdown is on.
I think you're going to like it. And it's 3 players.
All right, I got to make sure you give it out in time for me to get it in, just in case I do like it.
I think it's got legs.
Yeah, I know. I have a ridiculous one.
No,
but you're not going to like it.
440 to 1.
Unbelievable. All right. Should we just do it? No, we can't do it. We'll get there. Unbelievable. I don't want to. I want to look, but I can't. It's like Christmas. I can't look at my presents just yet.
I put it in already.
Chiefs, Titans.
$50 pays 23 grand.
Oh, boy. Can we get this?
I think it's got legs.
All right. I like 2.5 with Kansas City. Andy Reid to stop the bleeding. They've lost 3 in a row. They're not losing a 4th straight here to one of the worst teams in the NFL. The Tennessee Titans are terrible. The Kansas City Chiefs will show fight. The fact that Mahomes is out is not because they gave him the season. He tore his ACL. The fact that Rice is out is not because they gave him the season. He has a concussion. Kelsey's out there. Worthy's out there. So is Chris Jones. This is a football team that I think shows up, steps up, and wins this game by 7 or more.
I'm with you. Again, I can't look Tennessee. I think they're gutless. I think the team is terrible. And outside a couple of maybe promising players, they need a complete rebuild and a new head coach. We'll see exactly what they do next year. But again, it's a step-up spot, and you don't have a rookie quarterback. You have Gardner Minshew with weapons. And again, it's Kansas City. I understand that the offensive line's banged up going up against Simmons in that front 7, but I still expect Gardner Minshew to deliver the football. I did take a worthy 70-plus anytime touchdown. Why he's dropping, I don't know. He's 3 to 1 now. He was plus 250 at the start of the morning. I mean, are we to believe that Kansas City's not going to score a touchdown? Come on.
Right.
I mean, and even Hunt is plus 2 to 1. I mean, Kelsey's the cheapest one at plus 185.
But I think Kelsey can get in, but I think part of it is I think Minshew can, do some stuff in this game.
I think Minshew could blow through any number today. Yeah. He's got a light one at 210.5.
Yeah. I know this game's coming up, but this is just relevant for fantasy players, so I know this came out a moment ago. Woody Marks is not going to play today against the Las Vegas Raiders. So that's going to be Nick Chubb, maybe a little Jawar Jordan. A little bit out there. That's a bad Raiders team. I wonder how they look. I'm going to go a little out of order. Let's go a little out of order. I'm going to look up a couple of things. What do you think here? It's a 14.5-point spread in favor of Houston. What are you looking for in this game, Joe?
I can only look at the dog here. And again, I know Houston's a dominant defense, and the Raiders got blown out by Philly. But again, on the road in back-to-back games, I'm going to take the points.
Okay.
It's more of a testament on how conservative I believe DeMeco Ryans is as a head coach.
Yep.
And I just think that somehow, some way, they'll keep him within margin. You know, I know that sounds crazy, but I think it's a lower scoring game, and DeMeco Ryans will probably favor that. You know, they might score on the first drive, they might score on the second drive, and then they'll just back off. I think it'll just be this ugly type of game like it was against Philly, where one team dominates, but I still think the offense could still move the football enough to score points and keep it within margin.
The one thing for me, though, is just because that news around Woody Marks is obviously important, fantasy news, prop players, and what have you. Ian Rappaport, so Schefter tweeted it, Rappaport tweeted it. Rappaport tweeted, so expect plenty of Nick Chubb. And sometimes I don't know if these guys know, like, the weight of those words, but, you know, the question, is Nick Chubb going to get a 10-carry game, a 15-carry game, a 20-carry game? If Nick Chubb is going to get, let's just say, Joe, 15 carries against the Vegas Raiders, that should be 60 and a touchdown, 70 and a touchdown, right? Like, I'm just looking right now at the touchdown market. Nick Chubb's plus 145 against the Vegas Raiders.
You want to take Chubb?
I'm probably gonna throw him in a couple of things.
All right,
his rushing yards are not out right now, at least on one book. Look, that's some surprising news that I don't think people were fully, and the book's not fully preparing for as well. While you look at a couple of things, let me bring in our Jaguars-Broncos game here. One of the bigger games on this slate, a game that we're really, really excited to talk about, to get involved with here. My best bet will come from this game. We'll talk more about it. Trevor Lawrence with the pass attempts. I think Denver wins this football game. I lean Denver on the side. I do not have a good read on this total whatsoever. I think it's a really tricky number. It's in that mid-range 40, upper 40 number. So Denver here, a 3.5-point favorite, though, anywhere you look, Joe. That hook is consensus now.
Yeah, I like Jacksonville. Again, winners of 5 straight, step-up spot. I just think it's an emotional letdown potentially for Denver getting the win over Green Bay. And let's not forget that total last week was 42.5, 43, right? And they blew through that total. Now we're seeing it adjusted 47.5. I like the under.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's more of a run-heavy game for ETN. Mm-hmm. I do lean to Jacksonville. I do like them on the money line. I'll take a shot. I think they win the game outright.
Okay.
I know it's a dominant home team in Denver. It's 7-0 at home. But I think if you're ever going to pick a dog, this is the opportunity. Lawrence against Knicks. I'll take my shot with Lawrence. And anytime touchdown, I probably would take – I haven't gotten there yet, ETN. But I'll just say this. If Evan Ingram is ever going to come in for Denver, it's going to be against his former team. 4-1 for the anytime touchdown today.
Look, I will say it's a little boy who cried wolf with you in this Evan Ingram. No, I'm being honest. It really is. But the old team thing sells me a little bit. Right. I buy it a little bit. Falcons, Cardinals. I played Arizona +3, so I mentioned the sick edge, and that stuff does matter to me. But I think you also heard it from Doc. This is how banged up Arizona's been all season long. It's nothing new. Just look at who Arizona usually gets smoked by: Texans, Rams, Niners. This is a team that lost by 3 to Tampa Bay, lost by 3 to Jacksonville. I think this is an Arizona team with Jacoby Brissett offensively. They can hang. This is just the Falcons laying way too many points because they were able to get a comeback victory against the Bucs. I like Arizona +3. I think they win the football game.
I can't buy into Arizona. I'll root it in for you. I haven't gotten there yet, but it's Atlanta or bust for me. I do like the over just because of Cousins and this offense. I mean, they can't run the football, Arizona.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched them. Bad night. I mean, he's starting running back multiple weeks, can't even get over 20 yards.
Right.
So give me Atlanta and the over, but reluctantly right now with the over. I have no confidence in Arizona.
All right, fair enough. What we are going to do is we have 2 to get to. We've got 2 to get to. We're going to get to them after the break. All right. The Steelers and the Lions, Pats and the Ravens, best bets, and one of the most anticipated sell me somethings of the season. I have 100 to 1 in there. You 4X'd me. I had a 500 to 1 that I was thinking about. Apparently, I should have stepped up. We'll be right back here on SportsGrid.
If I told you 25 years ago that you could bet $1,000 on whether or not the Miami Dolphins would go 25 years without a playoff win, that probably would have returned 10 mil, if not more.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you could do that on Kalshi right now or on Polymarket right now and pick any team you want.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Michael Jordan retired at the age of 30 in 1993. He missed the 93-94 season. Furthermore, he came back for 17 games in 1995 when he gave up baseball. And when I mean gave up baseball, he gave up baseball on March 18th and came back to basketball March 19th, which means no ramp up, no training camp, no nothing.
Pro basketball today. Only on SportsGrid.
You ain't buying no tickets.
Who isn't?
You're not going
I'm
to
saying
these
if I'm a
games.
fan. Of course I'm not. There's a fan. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but if you were a fan, I thought you were a fan of the Hurricanes. You're not anymore.
They told me. I
smashed
told them
you.
to donate my tickets.
Yeah, so I get it. But the fans travel. They have money, believe it or not. It's
They
amazing.
don't.
Well, somebody's
in this
got
economy,
money.
in this economy,
But they have money. I don't know. See what Kalshi says about the economy.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
I see the Lions making it when it's all said and done. I talked to Brady Cannon about this. We were doing our show on Sunday night. I think the Bears are just a season early. I think they're a year early in their development. They are winning games, and they still have a negative point differential. The turnovers are keeping them afloat. That's just not sustainable when it's all said and done. Ben Johnson has done a fantastic job. Next year will be the year they truly take a lead.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, guys, let's get after it here. We're going to start. Kevin Walsh, Joe Lisi, Pro Football Today. We got a lot to get to.
All right.
Pittsburgh and Detroit. What do you like in this game, Joe?
I'm going to lean to Pittsburgh. I don't love it, but I like the under in the matchup, 51.5. I think Tomlin and the Steelers take a run-heavy approach, look to shorten the game. They can't go toe-to-toe with Detroit's offense. Give me, reluctantly, Steelers, but I like the under the best bet.
All right, I am going to play Jahmyr Gibbs over 117.5 rushing plus receiving. Gibbs has been fantastic over the last 8 weeks, averaging over 130 per game. It's a bounce-back spot. He's not missed it in consecutive weeks in that stretch here. I think it could be air or ground. I think I go, he's going to get a 40-yard play is almost how I feel. Bring it all together is my approach in this one. Late night, Pats Ravens. I have my, listen, it's a little chalky, I know. Lamar to throw one, Henry anytime. At plus 109. That's all on FanDuel. Other spots is like minus 110, so I did appreciate at least getting a solid enough number on it here. I like the Ravens offense in this game, though, right? I think this is a game where I fully expect them to score, and maybe you lay it. Maybe it's a team total. You can get creative here, but it's a Baltimore spot in my eyes.
I'm with Baltimore as well. I think it could be a big Derrick Henry day, believe it or not. Anytime touchdown like Mark Andrews at plus money.
Anytime touchdown, Mark Andrews. Not bad. Not bad. It's been a lot of likely, right? So Andrews getting in, that actually is totally fair. Let's go best bets, and then we'll get to the sell me. Best bet, Joe Lisi.
We're going
right here on a Sunday.
We're going 1 o'clock. I did get an LSU Tiger in there somehow. Joe Burrow and Cincinnati to go toe-to-toe with Quinn Ewers and Miami. We saw Miami's offense sputter with Tua. I think they get a jolt. Could be a Jalen Waddle day, but I think Cincinnati puts up 30-plus. I would take a team total, but I'll just take the over 47.5. Rocket Ship City, baby.
I am going to play Trevor Lawrence over 32 and a half. Over 32 and a half pass attempts. Trevor Lawrence has thrown the ball 40 or more times in 3 of their 4 losses. I like Denver in the game. The injury to Bashal Chutin, I think, increases them throwing the football, especially in the red area. And if they're trailing, it's all systems go. I think the Jags are their most dangerous when they are throwing the football. I think Liam Cohen leans into it here against the Broncos team that's good against both the run and the pass. I expect Trevor Lawrence to throw this football. Now,
To sell me something.
should I go first?
No.
All right, good. Go ahead. What do we got?
Good. You see
No.
I'm not a glutton.
I don't want to wait anymore.
No,
Go ahead.
backup quarterbacks you love.
It's 100-1. Every quarterback to throw. So you basically said, here's the 3 worst quarterbacks to throw for 250. I said, what if everybody can throw 1 and you're out? Can throw for 175.
You're not worried about the Raiders?
I'm worried about everybody.
No, the Raiders scare me.
I'm worried about everybody. Can I tell you this, though? I was going to put it in. I try to be – there's a 500-1 for everybody to throw for 200.
Nah.
That's great. There's no difference.
I like mine, 352.
I like mine.
Brady
I like
Cook.
mine.
Here's Brady Cook all of a sudden. Bing,
lefty?
bing, shooting.
Lefty?
Quinn Ewers.
So right when you
I'm a
throw
lefty.
Yeah, oh, that's what it is. All right. You like Brock Bowers today? You want to help me with my fantasy lineup? Need a little bit of insight.
I need something else.
Do you trust this Nick Chubb with the new intel?
That's a 4:00 game. I'll put it in at the halftime of the 1 o'clock.
Right. I think I might.
More
I don't
1
know.
o'clock. I didn't touch a prop.
Right.
In the Cleveland Buffalo game.
Yeah.
Doesn't really wow me.
No.
Quinshawn for 100 plus.
Quinshawn Judkins.
Could he get to 100?
I don't know. I'm going to play Nick Chubb. I'm going to play Nick Chubb and Brock Bowers all of a sudden. We're going to see what happens,
Evan
I guess.
Ingram, 4:00 special.
Oh, you and this. That should have been your sell me something.
Why?
Because you've lost on Evan Ingram for 2 straight months.
I'm going to hit this today. I'm going to win.
For Joe Lisi, I'm Kevin Walsh. Best of luck to all of you for Week 16. In-Game Live is next.
It's almost like betting the stock market. The good part about it is you can take a bet today. In 2 or 3 days, if you nail that bet, you can be able to cash out, Joe. Like you just hit a heavy stock. Like you go into Sun Microsystems or whatever it's called, and you buy into it. In 3 days, you can sell it for a massive profit. Do you understand these markets, Joe?
I do understand the markets. It's amazing how some of the predictive markets seem to have the answers before the test.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
8 3-minute rounds. The gloves are 10 ounces. And Anthony Joshua weighs like 250 pounds. So I'm not really sure how this is going to end up happening. But this is one of those. Normally, I don't give credit to the Paul brothers. And, I give them credit for being great on social media and creating a lot of buzz for the sport. I give him credit for getting in the round with Anthony Joshua. This is not like a Mike Tyson fight where Tyson's 60 years old.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Travion Henderson and a few others have the Pats at 9-2. Is excellence back in New England, Joe?
Excellence is back in a big way. Mike Vrabel came back into town. Drake May has come out of his shell, and Travion Henderson has come out of, I don't know where he was. He was in obscurity, but he had 3 touchdowns on Thursday night.
Fantasy Sports Today. Only on SportsGrid.
Let's take a look at a couple of narratives here and play a good game of fade or not fade. And first up, Well, the idea that the Chiefs are going to put it all together and win the AFC West, well, that's absolutely gone. Absolute fade from this point on, Donnie, with the Chiefs. Their 10-year reign is over. It's done with.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.